Hey you guys, so we did the assembly drawing. Now I'm going to show you how to do the sheets for each part of your die. We're going to do the front first. I'm not going to explain very much here, so make sure that you pay attention in class so you know these things. If I do something that you don't understand, just ask me or send me an email or something. So we're going to make a new sheet here, down here, plus sign, quick add. We're going to change the title here by lots of double clicks. And this is not going to be the assembly now. This is going to be the front. Click Finish Properties when you're done. Then we're going to put a view in. We're going to choose Base View. And we're going to go up here and we got to make sure we got model, we got front. We're going to use visible and hidden edges, and the scale we're going to use is 3:1. So I'm going to type in this little box here, 3:1. Okay. And then I'm going to come out here. There's my view. I'm going to click and place it and hit OK. So that looks good. I got hidden lines. Everything looks cool. The only thing is I can see all the parts here. I don't want to see all of them. I just want the front. So over here on the left side in your browser, you'll have a list of parts. Turn off the eyeballs on all of the ones that you don't want. Now you have just your front view. Also up here, document settings, we are going to change this. We're going to edit. There's a little gear with a pencil. Click on that. We're going to change our text height from medium to small because we have kind of a small drawing with a lot of dimensions, so we need more room. We also want to change our linear precision to 3 decimal places, 0.123, because some of our measurements require that. Um, so there we go. We got our front view. Now we're going to make a side view and an isometric. Going to click projected view. Going to click on the front. Go over here to the right. Drop that in, and I'm going to go up to the top right. Drop that one in, and then left click on the green arrow. Now I have my views here. I'm going to move this one over. This one is going off the page. You can see the isometric view is not shaded, so we're going to fix that. Double click on it, go up here, click shaded, and then click close. Cool. So now we're ready to go to work on the front view and the side view. First thing we got to do is take care of center lines for circles. So we're going to use the center mark tool. Click that. Click on all 6 of your holes here, so they have center lines. You will notice that they line up vertically. You have one continuous line here that's going to make it easier to dimension. However, the horizontal lines do not connect, and so we want to connect them so it allows us to dimension each row of holes with just one dimension instead of 2. So we're going to go up here and click the center line tool, and we're just going to click on these center marks on the left side and the right side, and it will connect them for us. Boom. There we go. Okay. Over here on the right side view, we need our center lines that go through the axis of each hole. Use this hidden line here, this hidden line here. Here, there's a solid and a hidden line that are lined up. So I'm just clicking on the solid line or object line, and then these 2 hidden lines on the bottom. Okay, so now we got the thing laid out, and we're ready to do some dimensioning. So we're going to do D for dimension. I'm going to go up here on the top of this side view and just make a depth dimension. That's done. That's the only dimension we will need for that view. I'm going to go down here on the bottom, and I'm going to dimension this text first. Now remember, when we dimension things, we need size and location. So we're going to do location first. We'll start here, do a horizontal location, boom. Go straight down there. There you go. It's 0.044. Using the bottom left corner of the text as our reference. Use the left corner here again, bottom left corner of the text again. Go to the side now. We're going to put that in. And then we want to show the height of the text. So I'm going to click on the bottom of that letter, the top of that letter, and then bring that over here. Now you can see things got a little weird. Our dimensions are on top of each other. We're running out of room. Hit escape. Click on this 0.028. Going to drag that downward so it's out of the way. And we're kind of crowding the edge here. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to move this whole view over a little bit, and that just makes it a little tidier. Next thing we can do, let's dimension our circles, our holes. So remember, on holes we need size and location. So let's do location first. So in terms of horizontal measurements, we have 2 locations, right? We have the first column over here and the second column here. So I'm just going to do some dimensions. I'm going to start on the lower right corner, click from there to the bottom of the center line, go straight down. If it ever won't go straight down, right click and you can do horizontal, and then you can do that. And then I want to measure from this center line to this center line and bring that down. I want to line this up the best I can. It doesn't want to go there. When it does this, hit escape, click on the one you want to move, grab the dot on the text, drag it, don't let go, drag it over to this arrowhead, and then go back to the middle and it will line up. Okay, so now we know horizontal location of our 6 holes. We now need vertical. I'm going to hit D for dimension, and I'm going to go, actually, I'll go from this bottom corner, click here, go to the end of the center line, go over to the right, center line to center line. Notice they don't line up, center line to center line. Those two lined up. So I've got to move this again. The top two are aligned. The bottom one is it. Hit escape, click on the number, drag the dot to the arrow you want to line up with, and then come back down. There it is. Let go, and you're good. Okay, so now I know the location of all 6 holes. I need the size of those holes. So I'm going to dimension this one right here. I'm going to put a D for dimension, move it out here. Okay, cool. So now I know that this is dimensioned 0.25 diameter. However, I need more information. First of all, I have 6 identical holes. I don't want to have to go put 6 separate dimensions. So what I'm going to do is hit escape, double click on this text. I'm going to move my cursor over to the left. I'm going to put 6 capital X space. So that means there's 6 of them. Also, I have not said how far to drill. So I need a through dimension. So what I'm going to do is go here to the end. And now I'm running out of room here. You can see I'm about to hit the other part here. So the other view. So I'm going to hit Shift Enter. Go down here. I'm going to put THRU, all caps. And then when you're done, you can hit the Enter key. And there is your dimension for the size of your holes. Now, on the side here, I do want to show the height of this side of this whole piece. I'm kind of out of room, so I'm going to hit escape, grab this view, slide it over. Okay. D for dimension. Start up here on the top, go down here to the bottom, bring that over, 1.25. Cool. So I'm looking good here. Holes are dimension, text is dimension. I do need up here on the top, I need to dimension the features up here. So I'm going to put some dimensions in. I'm going to start dimensioning the top. And what I'm going to do is all 4 sides are the same. So we're not going to dimension all 4 sides. We're just going to dimension one, and we're going to use our multiple dimensions with the X's to show how many there are. So D for dimension, click on this corner, click on this corner. So this tells you where the first cutout is. It's 0.25 from the edge. We're going to do this 4 times, once on each side. So hit escape, double click it, go over here to the left side of it, 4 capital X space, hit enter. This one, I'm going to drag this over to the left so it doesn't crowd in here. D for dimension, I'm going to dimension this one right here. Again, try to line those up. Change this one also. This is the width of the little cutouts. There's 8 of those cutouts that are identical. So this is going to be 8 capital X space, enter. Drag this over to the right. Boom. We're done. Okay, so now we know where to make the first one here. We don't know where to put this one, so we got to show that. D for dimension. We're going to do a location dimension from this corner to this corner. Boom. That tells them where that is. You got to do this on each side, right? So there's 4. So double click, 4 capital X space, enter. Boom. The only other dimension we need on this side is we're going to do an overall dimension for the width. Because we know that this is 0.25 wide, and by algebra we could solve for that. So that's the only dimensions we need there. The only other thing we got to have is we got to have how tall is this cutout. So we're just going to do a dimension here from the outer corner, bottom left corner of the cutout, slide over here to the right, put that in there. That tells us the how far in to cut on these. There's 8 of them, right? So escape, double click, go to the front, 8 capital X space, enter. You can see I'm crowding the side again. I got to move things over, hit escape, drag this over a little bit more, drag this over. I'm kind of pushing it. I could make this isometric a little smaller, but there's just enough room, so it looks good. Only last thing we got to do is we need to tell them about this text, so they know how tall it is, they know where it's located. However, they don't know what font it is, and they don't know how far to emboss it. We could dimension this, but it's a hidden line. Don't dimension the hidden lines. So that means we're going to put a note to tell them that. And we'll put it up here in the top left corner so they can't miss it. Click the text tool, A, go up here, drag, make yourself a little box, and I'm going to write notes, colon, enter, one period space, text, font, Arial, narrow, oops, I can't type, narrow bold, that's my font. You should type whatever font you used. Enter two space or two period space text, deboss. When we emboss and cut away, we call that a deboss, depth 0.05. And so, use whatever text depth you used and whatever font you used, put that in the note. Um, and then with that, we've given the world enough information to completely replicate this part. And that's a finished drawing. So go on to the next one. We'll do the back next and we'll keep going. Good luck. Have fun.